to be the positive, and so I have to kind of always be really aware that the information coming through is from that exact frequency with the same
So
vibration.
you sense their frequency?
Yes,
Not
yes.
really the message
No,
changes suddenly?
and it's suddenly, if the message slides in and becomes starting to be off or not quite right or giving funny information, then I stop. It's happened before, and I stop and I say, all right, I have to reset. And so I reset, I retune to their frequency, I wait until I get their vibration, and then we go again. And then
that sounds
it's
good.
positive again.
So then we know that what comes through, then it's the truth. It's supposed to come. So we knows that the message is right.
Yes.
So you are perfectly the medium then. Would you teach Daphne to protect herself? Could
I
you?
would be willing to work with her on that.
Look at that. That would be something. Yeah, because it's terrible. Some good message comes through, and then this, we want to block. We don't want people to know that. So, and then you come, Wynn, with his.
I've had a lot of opportunities to ask questions about this, and the really consistent answer is if you want protection, you need to use this to serve. You have to have very high intent to help other people. As soon as your intent is the least bit self-aggrandizing, or to use it for some self-motivation purpose, you open yourself up to a negative source. They're waiting for you to slip up. And they actually are observing. As long as your intention is to serve, you have a great step of protection. I wanted to share with you, this is a whole little booklet called Questions and Answers with the Elohim. Now, the voice that's been talking to me has identified itself as the Elohim. And the Elohim, when I looked up on Google, came up with the creator God of this realm, the God of the Old Testament. So I said, well, if they are who they say they are, I should be able to ask any question, like what happens when you die? What's the best way to have a best death? What's happening on our planet? How does sex work? Why is all the kinds of questions that, imagine you had an open-ended opportunity to ask questions. What would you ask? And then I said, these are the things people want to know. And sometimes they're funny, and sometimes they, like for example, I asked them, do you guys really like to be worshipped? Okay? And they said, this was their answer through Terry, it is irksome to be worshipped because worship creates a division. I'm better. You're the one who's not as good. It creates a falsehood, a fallacy. It creates a break in the communication between the two. There's a father and a son, and the neither is better than the other. One is wiser, one knows more. Worship tends to deaden the brain and to place one at a disadvantage. It tends to close down the channel of communication and say, you tell me everything. You tell me what to do. I will follow you. I will do what you say. This is not the kind of connection we are looking for. We are looking for the type of connection where there is mutual respect and equality. Now,
So that was channeled?
through Terry. Yes. Now here's another one.
This happened, sorry interrupting you, but you mentioned to me that you had to go to Mesa, Arizona.
Oh, this happened after that.
Oh,
After that. Yeah. So they told me, I said, I'm going to ask everything. I'll find out what they say. Let's just see. I'll tape it all. We'll just let it all come out in the wash. Yeah. So I said, like, they keep talking about this flow of energy that starts from the central universe to the center of the galaxy, through our solar system, through our bodies, into the earth. And so I'm asking questions. Does the flow start from the central universe and then flow through the center of the galaxy? Yes, the flow from the center of the galaxy is related to the flow from the center of the universe. Wynn, where is the location in the central universe? If it's mapped out in a location, it would be familiar. Terry says, I'm getting a headache. It's too expansive. And then they answered and they said, it is an expanse, housing other universes, much like the analogy is a glove fits over a hand, only a poor analogy. It works only in the sense that the central universe contains the other universes. So, Wynn, how many other universes are there expanding out from the central universe? Elohim, 5, with the 6 being formed. Wynn, is the Elohim involved in all 5 universes? Elohim, the other parts are created by other creator gods who are working in those sectors and have other names. Wynn, it seems to me that all the creator gods might have a common core which they radiate out from. Elohim, that's true. We make a joke. With our brothers in crime, some view creation as a crime. They wish the purity of the lightest realms of creation to maintain without the confusion that one can get into in the lower realms. Wynn, do the different creator gods corroborate with each other, saying, here's what we did in our universe, you can try it in yours? Elohim, they do have meetings and counsel that it is a very high level. Wynn, do all the universes have similar problems as this one? Is that common? Elohim, yes. There are similar problems. Wynn, even in this universe, there are multiple dimensions making up the same universes. Are there beings in all those different dimensions? Yes, that's true. Wynn, the Earth is one of the lower dimensions, yet we're communicating to the main creator God for this universe. Can the other dimensions in our universe have access to this kind of communication in the same manner as we are having it? On and on and on. I mean, this is just...
And this is you asking
Terry questions.
Terry,
Yeah.
Terry is listening to their answers.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Now,
It must have been fun.
Oh, it was that's fun.
And how long does it take to create this booklet? Or get those questions answered?
This will probably be my next book, I hope. We're working on an introduction to it where I tell the story of how this all happened. And by the way, I should say that the very day that I met Daphne, who we'll have on later, is the same day I met Barry Morrow, who is the man who wrote the movie Rain Man. And I sat down with him, and I was trying to pitch him on doing a movie on my book. I was not having this experience at that time. This was 5 years ago, the Reincarnation of Edgar Cayce. And 3 months later, I was with Daphne, and she would be telling me, those guys want to talk to you again, and I'd be having all these conversations with this voice that says they're the Elohim. And so I was talking to Barry, and I said, Barry, maybe I should tell you what's happening to me in my personal life. And I tell him a little bit of the story, and he says, Wynn, that's a much better movie than the Reincarnation of Edgar Cayce. And we actually have been talking about this for 5 years, and we've got, the goal is to bring the current message from these sources into a movie, but without making it entertaining. Not like, it's got to be fun. The whole thing I've learned, this is not about being serious. It's not by saying, be good. It's joy and fun and love that uplifts this realm. So if anyone out there is hearing this and has connections in any way, shape, or form to this idea in a movie, please make sure you contact us or contact Dr. Klare, and she'll get to us, because this is an incredible contribution that could be made to the world right now. I learned things in asking these questions that no one has ever known before. Like, for example, I started out in this little book and just was trying to make the Elohim, I describe who they were for people. Who are the Elohim, and why are they connected to the evolution of the human race? We are a soul group whose purpose is to bring life and life forms to planets such as Earth. We then work with the life forms in the hope that the independent life forms will align themselves with higher interdimensional energies with the purpose of bringing heaven into the third dimension and transmuting third-dimensional experience into a fruitful playing ground for learning the lessons of love, bringing wiser entities back into the fourth and fifth dimension. Wynn, was the Elohim responsible totally or partially, for the origination of life in this dimension.